Hello, this is Home Instruction Week 6, Mathematics Day 3. We are on Lesson 10 for today. Size of shares. The essential question is, how can you place items in equal groups? It may be helpful for you if you have the use of pennies or the use of some object that you can make equal groups with. I'm going to use paper clips for my example. And I'm going to show you how to do it with having objects that you can count as counters, and how to do it without having objects as well. Okay, so I will show you in both ways. So let's look at the example at the top for the model and draw. When you divide, you place items in equal groups. So we've talked about repeated addition. That was basically the same as multiplication, which you'll learn more about in 3rd grade. Now we're going to talk about dividing or splitting apart. That's also a 3rd grade skill, but we start to introduce it in 2nd grade. Okay, so it's the opposite of adding up the equal groups. Now you're going to break the whole number into smaller groups with equal amount of objects. Okay, so for model and draw, when you divide, you place items in equal groups. Joelle has 12 carrots. There are 6 rabbits. Each rabbit gets the same number of carrots. How many carrots does each rabbit get? It says place 12 counters in 6 equal groups. So looking at the important information, it says how many carrots does each rabbit get? That's what we're trying to figure out. We know that there are 6 rabbits, and we know that Joelle has 12 carrots. So what you can do first is make your 6 groups by just numbering them. Here's our collection right here of the 12 carrots, and we can split into groups, 1 number for each rabbit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what you do is you move your objects over until you have used up all 12 carrots, which I'm going to demonstrate when we get down to number 1. So they did this problem already for you, and they found that for 6 rabbits with 12 carrots, each rabbit is going to get 2 rabbits, and they each have the same amount. They have equal groups, so there are 2 counters in each group, and each rabbit gets 2 carrots. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that with and without counters for number 1. So for number 1, it says, use counters, draw to show your work. Write how many are in each group. Place 10 counters in 2 equal groups. So like I said, I'm going to use paper clips. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 counters, and I want to put them into 2 equal groups. So the way that I would do that is, I know that I need 2 groups, so I'm going to move the counters into separate groups as I split them up one at a time until I don't have any more counters left. So that looks like this. This would be group 1. This would be group 2. This is group 1. This is group 2. This is group 1. This is group 2. This is group 1. This is group 2. This goes to group 1. This goes to group 2. Now I don't have any more counters left. Let's count and see if they have the same amount in each group. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this group. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this group. We now have 2 equal groups of 5, and when we add 5 plus 5 together, we know that that equals 10. So we've separated it, and we would put here that there are 5 counters in each group. Now let's say you don't have counters at home, and you need to still complete this problem. When you slide these over to the side, there's a very simple solution. We know that we have 10 counters. We know that we have 2 equal groups. Here's group number 1. Here's group number 2. And we're just going to put in tallies until we get up to 10. Looks like this. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've now placed my 10 counters. And in group 1, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tallies. And in group 2, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tallies. So there are 5 counters in each group. And it's quite simple. Let's try another one. Let's try number 2. Place 6 counters in 3 equal groups. So we know we need 3 equal groups. So let's draw our groups first. 1, 2, 3. And I like to number them to make sure I have the right amount. And now I have 6 counters that I need to split up between these 3 equal groups. So here's my counters. Again, if you have the objects, you can place them in there. You would just take 6 of whatever your object is and then separate it into 3 equal groups, and then make sure that each group has the same amount. For those of us who don't, and I know there's a lot of us who don't, you're going to draw the picture. You might have pennies at home, you can use pennies. If you have buttons at home, you can use buttons. If you have pasta, you can use pasta, although you should get permission first before you use pasta. Okay, so let's check and see. 6 counters in 3 equal groups. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done with the counters. There are 2 in this box, 2 in this box, 2 in this box. Therefore, there are 2 counters in each group. And that's how you make equal groups using a total number. Let's try the next page. Now, I think you know the pattern already. This is your on your own page. So you're going to try 3, 4, and 5 on your own. Remember, start with the groups. Before you place the counters, draw your groups. It does not have to be squares. You can make circles. Just make your groups first and then put the counters out. Okay? Then write down how many counters are in each group here. Let's look at the word problem. As we know, that's one of the harder problems. I'll set you up, but you will have to solve it on your own. Solve, draw. So those of you who are not drawing, remember to draw to show your work. Mrs. Peters divides 6 orange slices between 2 plates. She wants to have 4 orange slices on each plate. How many more orange slices does she need? There are multiple steps to this problem. Okay, so the question is, how many more orange slices does she need? That means she's not going to have enough to complete what she wants. She wants to have 4 orange slices on each plate. So we have to figure out how many more will she need to have 4. So let's go back and look at the information. Mrs. Peters divides 6 orange slices. So we know she has 6 orange slices. She divides them between 2 plates. So we have 2 plates or 2 groups. Just because they changed the word here does not mean it's not groups. 2 plates is still the same as 2 groups. So I'm going to draw my first plate. I'm going to draw my second plate. And now we're going to divide up these 6 orange slices between these 2 plates. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have equal groups. We've put 6 orange slices. There are 1, 2, 3 orange slices on plate number 1, 1, 2, 3 orange slices on plate number 2. But remember, she wants to have 4 orange slices on each plate. How many more orange slices does she need? So if this has 3 here and this is 3 here, but she wants 4 altogether, how many more orange slices would she need to put on her plate? Think about it, then write your answer on the line below. Last but not least, this is a page that you will do by yourself. I'm just going to go over the directions so that you understand it, and I will check it to see if you did, okay? The problem says there are 12 crayons for 4 children. How many crayons does each child get? Use 12 counters and make 4 equal groups. Start by drawing 4 boxes. You draw the 4 boxes because the 4 boxes are representing the 4 children. Put 1 counter in each box. Keep putting 1 counter in each box until all of the counters are gone, just like we did on the other page. So on this page, they drew 4 boxes, and then they separated the 12 crayons into equal groups. When they were done, they realized that there are 3 crayons in each box. So there are 3 counters in each group, and each child will get 3 crayons. You're going to show me that same strategy down below for problems 1 and 2. Remember, you start with the equal groups. And for this one, they've drawn the equal groups. All you have to do is place the counters in the boxes so that you have equal groups, equal numbers in each box. All right, I look forward to checking over your answers. Take your time and make sure you have the right amount of counters at the end.